General Hospital spoilers reveal that Brennan's ambition to control Josslyn is becoming increasingly evident, not just as a potential agent but as a key pawn in his calculated plan. He laid the foundation long ago, planting ideas in Josslyn's mind about strength, independence, and her potential to become a more influential person, but in reality, it's all part of his subtle manipulation. Josslyn doesn't realize she's being drawn into a dangerous power game, where every move she makes has already been carefully planned by Brennan. But Carly won't let her daughter become anyone's puppet, especially not someone like Brennan. She may not have seen the warning signs from the start, but now she understands that if she doesn't act quickly, Josslyn will be fully trapped in Brennan's plan without even knowing it. Carly knows too well how people like Brennan operate. They make their victims feel like they have choices, while in reality, everything they do is under the control of the manipulator. One of the new forces of control is forming, and Carly can't let Brennan dictate Josslyn's future. She needs to take strong action to ensure her daughter doesn't get pushed onto a path from which she cannot turn back. Carly has seen too many of her loved ones hurt by such schemes, and this time, she won't let it continue. This story is not just about Josslyn and Brennan. It's about the freedom to choose, about who truly controls Josslyn's future. Carly knows that if she doesn't act fast, Brennan will take full control of her daughter's decisions, turning Josslyn into a mere piece in his larger plan. But to address this, Carly can't just warn Josslyn, she must break the power that Brennan is gaining. Brennan might think he's one step ahead, but Carly is not one to be easily defeated. She understands the power of manipulation, but she also knows that Josslyn still has time to see the truth before it's too late. She needs to find a way to turn the tide, to put her daughter back on the path she chooses, not the one Brennan has set for her. The trouble Brennan brings not only affects Josslyn but also puts Carly in a more difficult position than ever before. But no matter what, she will not allow her daughter to be controlled. The only question is, can Carly act in time before Brennan completely has Josslyn in his grasp? And if she can't, who will pay the price for all these mistakes? Brennan is methodically carrying out his plan, targeting three important figures: Jason, Sonny, and Josslyn. This isn't just an ordinary battle, it's a sophisticated strategy where each move is carefully calculated to trap each of them in the web he's spun. Not only is he causing trouble, but Brennan is gradually taking control of the entire situation, subtly eroding Sonny's power, cornering Jason, and manipulating Josslyn in ways no one expects. Jason is the first target. Brennan understands his past, knowing Jason has always been careful and calculated. But this time, Jason faces an enemy who is no easy foe. Evidence found at Cyrus's cabin has placed him in a compromised position. Brennan deliberately left clues, 2 of Jason's hairs, to give the PCPD enough reason to make him the prime suspect. No matter how smart Jason is, he can't explain this coincidence, especially when Brennan has all the tools to manipulate the case to his advantage. While Jason is trapped, Sonny is also in danger. Brennan knows that a direct confrontation with Sonny might be a mistake, but he doesn't need to do it himself. Instead, he is slowly undermining Sonny's network, causing the key alliances to waver. Longtime partners, loyal to Sonny, are starting to lose faith as his resources are controlled. Sonny's old enemies are also starting to emerge, recognizing an opportunity to bring him down as his position weakens. Brennan doesn't need to fight Sonny, he just needs to ensure that Sonny will self-destruct. But the most concerning part is how Brennan is manipulating Josslyn. He doesn't just want to exploit her, he wants to make her part of his plan. From the start, he planted the idea in Josslyn's mind that she could be important, that she could do more than she imagined. He used her courage and ambition to turn her into a pawn in his game. He gradually tested her, feeding her bits of information and challenges to see if she could become a WSB agent. But in reality, it was all part of a bigger act, a plan to completely control Josslyn. As Josslyn is drawn deeper, Brennan begins creating ties that make it impossible for her to pull away. The incident where she shot Cyrus at the cabin was no accident, it was a situation Brennan had orchestrated. He applied pressure to make her make that decision, and now, she has no choice but to rely on him to keep the secret safe. But the issue is, when someone is controlled by a secret, they can also be manipulated into doing things they never thought possible. Carly is realizing that she can't stand by and let Brennan continue to control her daughter. She knows exactly how people like Brennan operate. They never want to control just one person, but their entire life. If Josslyn doesn't get out of this situation soon, she could be drawn even deeper, and Carly can't let that happen. She needs to find a way to break the hold Brennan has on her daughter, but to do that, she must act carefully. Things become even more complicated as Jason and Sunny begin to realize they are both being targeted at the same time. Neither of them can deal with Brennan alone, but the problem is each one is caught up in their own troubles. Jason must find a way to prove his innocence while Sunny struggles to maintain power. Both understand that if they don't figure out how to work together and turn the tide, Brennan will achieve his goal before they can act. The adjustments Brennan is making aren't just about creating chaos, he is gradually taking full control. When Josslyn becomes an important part of his plan, when Sunny is weakened, and when Jason is cornered, there's no doubt, he is getting closer to victory. But can Brennan maintain this control? Carly isn't one to let her daughter be manipulated. Jason is not the type to succumb to such sophisticated plans. And Sunny, even though struggling, has never been easy to take down. The biggest question now is, who will act first? Can Carly save Josslyn before her daughter is drawn in deeper? Can Jason find a way to prove his innocence? And Sunny, can he hold strong before Brennan makes his final move? This story is turning into a battle not just between Brennan and the three of them, but a decisive fight over who truly controls this game. And as the final moves are made, no one can predict who will emerge victorious, or who will pay the heaviest price. Carly can't stand still any longer. What Brennan has done, the crazy actions, the calculated schemes, has crossed the line for her. She gave him a chance, believed in what he said, but now, as all the pieces begin to fit together, she realizes she has no choice but to act. The warning signs were there from the beginning, but Carly didn't want to believe she was being manipulated once again. Now that everything is clear, she understands that if she doesn't take action, not only Josslyn, but also Jason, Sunny, and even herself will fall under Brennan's control. Brennan isn't just someone trying to control the situation, he's someone who knows how to manipulate people, bit by bit, until they no longer realize they're being controlled. He approached Carly with a clear goal in mind, and while his feelings for her might be real, that doesn't change the fact that he's used her. He wants Josslyn to make her a part of his own plan, and he's used Carly to make that happen more easily. But now, Carly has figured it out, and she's not going to let him continue. Carly begins investigating. She follows the clues Brennan has left behind, checking every relationship he's built, every move he's made. She knows he set Jason up with fake evidence, that he's slowly manipulating Josslyn to steer her onto the path he wants. But the question is, how much has he hidden? Carly knows that what she's seen is just the tip of the iceberg, and if she really wants to take Brennan down, she needs to uncover his entire plan. She can't let emotions get in the way. This isn't the first time Carly has been betrayed, but this time, Brennan's betrayal doesn't just affect her, it affects everyone she cares about. If she doesn't stop him now, Josslyn might never break free from his grip. She knows her daughter is strong, but Joss is still young, and there's so much she doesn't understand about the world. Brennan has exploited Joss's strength to make her believe she's in control, when in reality, he's pulling the strings behind the scenes. But Carly is not someone who's easily defeated. She's faced people like Brennan before, and she knows that to win, she has to play the same game he's playing. She can't just expose him, she needs to take him down smartly, leaving him no chance to retaliate. She needs to find a way to reclaim the control that Brennan has been trying to seize. This betrayal isn't just about a showdown between Carly and Brennan, it's a battle for power, control, and honor. Carly knows that if she fails, the consequences will be severe. Brennan is not the type of person to let go easily once he realizes someone is opposing him. If he knows Carly is trying to expose him, he might strike first, and no one can predict what will happen next. But Carly also knows that she can't do this alone. She needs allies, people she can trust. Jason will be one of the first she turns to, but given the current situation, he's stuck in the trap Brennan set for him. Sonny is also struggling to maintain his power, and he may not be ready for another fight. But Carly can't wait. She needs to act immediately before Brennan truly achieves his goal. Every move she makes must be careful, because Brennan is not easy to defeat. He has intelligence, connections, and most importantly, he's confident that he can control everything. But Carly knows better than anyone that anyone who's overly confident has a weakness, and she's going to find it. This story is not just about exposing a scheme, it's about reclaiming freedom, ensuring that the people Carly loves don't fall into the hands of a dangerous man. She's lost too many people to power struggles like this, and she has no intention of letting Josslyn become the next victim. Carly is ready to betray Brennan, to play by his rules to beat him. She knows that once she starts, there's no turning back. But she also knows she has no choice. If she doesn't do this now, the consequences could be worse than anything she can imagine. Brennan thinks he can control everything, but Carly isn't going to let that happen. The battle has begun, and this time, she will be the one to win. Van Etten and Corta are building a dramatic story, with important adjustments shaping the plot in a direction no one could have anticipated. What they are planning is not just a small change, this is a turning point that could shake the entire world of the characters. If one of the craziest stories is truly exploding, it means a whole series of new troubles will follow, pushing everyone involved into an unavoidable crisis. Brennan is not just a simple villain, he's becoming an unstoppable force, and if he gains this new shift, it could tilt the balance of power in Port Charles. He's begun adjusting his approach, from manipulating Josslyn to slowly pushing Jason and Sonny into dangerous situations. But if his plan reaches its peak, not only these three but also Carly, Dante, Anna, and others will be drawn into an uncontrollable whirlwind. The frightening thing is, Brennan is not alone. He has powerful connections, people willing to do whatever it takes to help him achieve his goal. He's not just a power player, he's a master at manipulating people. He's sowed doubt, created conflicts, and now, he just needs to sit back and watch everything go according to plan. If he truly achieves the change he wants, Port Charles might never be the same again. What Van Etten and Corta are drawing up is not just an ordinary crazy story, it's an explosion of conspiracies, secrets, and power games. As Brennan begins to change his approach, the troubles he creates will become more dangerous than ever. And the question is, who will be the first to realize this? Carly, no matter how strong she is, can't stop everything at once. She started to doubt Brennan, but she doesn't fully understand his entire plan yet. If she doesn't act quickly, Josslyn may be pulled in too deep, too far to escape. But Carly also knows that if she exposes Brennan too soon, she might make him more dangerous than ever. Jason, though always cautious, is also being pushed into a passive position. The evidence Brennan left behind is making him the prime suspect in Cyrus's case. If Jason can't find a way to prove his innocence, he might face consequences he can't control. But the real concern is, if Jason is trapped too deeply, will he still have a chance to fight back against Brennan, or will Brennan use this situation to weaken him completely? Sonny is also in a tough spot. His alliances are wavering, old enemies are starting to rise, and he can't be sure who's still loyal to him. Brennan has created a purposeful chaos, and Sonny knows that if he doesn't regain control soon, he might lose everything he's built over the years. But what makes it even more dangerous is the change in Brennan's approach. He's no longer just pulling the strings from behind the scenes, he's aiming to take control completely. He wants to control Josslyn, eliminate Jason, weaken Sonny, and if no one realizes this in time, the consequences could be catastrophic. This story isn't just about a single character, it's about the entire landscape of Port Charles. When Brennan changes his strategy, the whole city will have to face the consequences. And when the final secrets are revealed, no one will be able to predict who will win and who will pay the highest price. The events unfolding are no longer just minor troubles, they're an escalating war, and no one involved can escape the consequences. Brennan has gone too far, and if Carly, Jason, Sonny, or anyone else doesn't stop him in time, Port Charles may never be the same again. But can they act fast enough? Can Carly find a way?